Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, June 28th, 2020. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions. And all of the souls from all of the dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules, already given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And somebody's talking, feels like maybe Mother Mary. They're saying, friends, it's really, really crucial for you to grasp something. And what's helpful when a lesson is not getting absorbed, as this one does not seem to be getting absorbed, what's helpful is to find a metaphor, a parable, an analogy, and to think back to an era where slavery was openly discussed.
That's right.
As opposed to now when it's still going on. Hundreds of millions of humans are living in slavery, and
That's right.
Nobody talks about it. But think back to when it was openly discussed, and there were good slaves and bad slaves. And if somebody was being a bad slave, like lazy or pretending they didn't understand or uncooperative, their owners would be able to beat them or whatever. They didn't have any legal standing. The owners maybe could even kill them, right?
Yep.
And just like with horses.
That's right.
Or trees.
That's right.
For example, right now it seems to be fashionable to label trees good trees and bad trees.
Yep.
And if you have a, quote, bad tree, unquote, it seems to be fashionable to just kill the tree.
Exactly.
And the tree doesn't have legal standing under divine law. Sorry, the tree, maybe that's also true.
Maybe that's also true.
That is very possibly also true, that the tree does not have legal standing under human law. So maybe consider yourself a tree, and that you do not have legal standing under divine law, you human person who are using the metaphor of a tree. And you want to be a good tree so that your souls don't chop you down.
Yeah, that's true.
Or cut off your branches. Or whatever. You want to just be a good tree, growing nicely, whatever that is in the mind of the human who owns you, right?
Right.
So to really take this in, host lives do not have any more legal standing under divine law than a tree does. That it doesn't exist. Maybe a tree is also a host life, and so we humans might say, oh, I can understand it if it is a tree, quote unquote. And now just apply that same rationale to ourselves, each of us, for ourselves. And that's how much legal standing we have, which is none. We have no legal standing, none. Okay, so really, really get it. And don't be snippy. So the fact that souls show up not living by the rules is irrelevant. Don't be a bad tree, right?
That's true.
They can chop you down, they can trim your branches, they can do whatever they want to make your life a living hell, and they can do it. Now the microphone has just shifted, and somebody else is coming forward, and they're saying, now we're coming to the assignment of the day. And it's kind of like a now children attitude. Yeah. And the assignment, energy shift, that's a physical reaction to an energy shift. Coughing is a very common reaction to an energy shift. Which kind of makes you wonder about this whole COVID virus and the coughing, right? What's going on there? It's fascinating. However, the point on the table is that there are people, humans in Ground Zero, planet Earth, who have been, for an extended period of time, paying a large price to attempt to stop the destruction, humanity's destruction of the nature realms.
That's right.
Humanity is destroying other life on Earth, destroying nature, destroying wilderness, destroying trees, etc., using tools sent in by the spirit world, and there are humans who are really trying to stop it and paying quite a price to do that. And we've seen a group of maybe 200, give or take.
That's true.
Humans who just vibrationally sorted high presences, humans who are paying a price. Some of them we know personally.
That's true.
And they're activists, environmental activists.
That's right.
And some of them we know from the world stage, also environmental activists.
That's right.
And the one who's leading the pack is Greta Thunberg, the Swedish teenager.
That's right.
And so we are looking through space and time, which is something that we have learned how to do in our multi-year training program that we've been participating in since, wow. Well, it's
1990.
1990.
Yeah.
Since 1990. And that one, how long?
2013.
Right.
Yeah. A while.
Yeah. Well, not as wild.
Not as wild.
Right. But we know how to look through space and time, and it's very difficult and takes a lot of energy, effort, focus, and a lot of acknowledging mistakes, and that's usually where it falls off track, is that we pretend that we didn't just make that mistake, and that we can do that at any moment. It pops up. And it pops up at surprising times. So the point is that we're trying to look right now through space and time, really trying hard, intending to be shown that checkout of a group that includes Greta Thunberg, the personally known environmental activists, and us, because we're somewhere in the middle of that continuum. And in a group energy healing, if you're not defining the group so as to include yourself, then what you're doing is not a group energy healing. You're doing some kind of gross energy manipulation.
Yeah, that's true.
And when we can find ourselves in the group and we're not like at the fringe about to fall off the edge, but somewhere kind of in the center of the pack, then we're solidly there and we're not as likely to be energy manipulators. So I am able to see that group, and it's a very dark place that they're in, and they're trying to get some place, and so try to get past security and just call up and just really try to get past security, above security, and there's like a blub 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 feeling blub blub blub, and to then kind of like bring it's kind of like a bag or like a water balloon kind of the group up with us.
I feel that.
And now maybe just see what happens. So what they say is we're going to have to pop the balloon, and then a lot of them will leak out, and almost nobody will remain.
That feels real.
Well, then that's not the assignment. What now? What now to stop the destruction, interfere,
and just
wait. They're talking about the Rotunda, which is a training tool that wiser minds above use. And the Rotunda is an energy structure that has a winding stairwell that goes clockwise.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're looking at it one direction, and counterclockwise if you're looking at it from the other direction.
That's true.
Up the inside of the Rotunda, and the stairs have gaps in them that are too big to jump over, too big to bridge through normal means, and it's a koan. How does one continue up the stairs when there are no stairs? And that's where we find ourselves right now. If we pop the water balloon, we will lose all but maybe one or two.
That's true.
And then we'll have to go back down and collect them up and try again. So let's not pop the water balloon. Let's ask up. Does anybody want to see? And now when we ask up, does anybody want? Lots of presences want it, but not for, not to reward people who have stepped out.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't want those hands. Thanks. No thanks.
No.
Right, miss a message. How high up is this happening? How high up must we go to get above exploitation? How high up must we go to get above violations of fiduciary responsibility? And now let's attempt to bring as many as we can with us, but at least those two presences. This isn't going well.
Oh. everyone's yelling.
Everybody's yelling. Okay. How may we be of service to reopen the portals to higher vibrations above all of us? And what now to stop the destruction of planet Earth at humanity's hands using tools sent in by the spirit world after the spirit world already knew they couldn't reach into the depths on a mass scale to affect the outcomes that they wished to have?